Greetings, everyone. This is Mr. D. Measy, and I'm back again here with Solutions for Our People. This is the back end of the 5th Annual Black Family Summit, hosted by Mississippi Family for Kids and a number of other sponsors, including the Mary Nellows Foundation, Campbell Investment Group, Women for Progress of Mississippi, the New Foundation Theological Seminary, Jackson State University, One Voice, City of Jackson, Mississippi, Mount Eva Missionary Baptist Church in Terry, Mississippi, the NAACP, Families as Allies, BUDS, where beginnings determine success, Department of Mental Health, and of course, Tougaloo College, who showed out, they showed up, and they really made this thing exceptional with the amount of students they brought out, with the shirts that they had on, and it looked wonderful. Also, thanks to Mississippi Valley State University, who came down with a whole van and was able to empower their students and their staff and faculty with this research-based solutions. And with me today, I have two wonderful sisters who are a part of this Black Family Summit for the very first time. Please introduce yourselves and then tell us a little bit about some of your experiences.
Hi, my name is Lenora Campbell. I attended Mississippi School of the Arts, and I'm interning this summer with Jackson Advocate.
Hello, my name is Sana Clark. I'm from Inglewood, California. I just graduated from the Pineywood School, and I too am also an intern with the Jackson Advocate. At the Black Family Summit, it was very interesting. I was happy to see a lot of successful Black people coming together and conversing about these very serious topics, and it was great, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I also reevaluated the way I thought about different things based off of the way what the different panelists discussed, and it was very informative. And I wish more people were there, because the messages that they brought forward were very important for a lot of people, and a lot of people need to wake up about the things that are going on in our communities, and I just wish it was more accessible to more people.
How about you, Lenora? I know that you're aware of some of these things, and you've been not your first time going to a group of panelists or summits, but tell me about some of your experiences this time around.
Well, this time around, as far as the conference was set up, it was very organized. The flow was perfect. Everything was flawless from what I observed. But as far as as people that weren't there, didn't get to chime in, I do wish that there could be more people. But at the same time, I'll always look at these conferences because, like you said, it's not my first time. As it's our job to get that information and give it out to those people that may not find value in it or don't see that it even happened.
Right.
Know about it.
Right. Yeah, they used to have a thing that said if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, did it fall? Right? And I remember that word problem thinking it had something to do with a tree falling. Right? And it has to do with, of course, media. It has to do with being able to get the information out. Right? And this year's 5th Annual Black Family Summit was focused on mass incarceration, actually the economic impact of mass incarceration, education, mental health, and kinship care. Right, and you guys came in through this, if I'm correct, through Respect Our Black Dollars. Am I correct?
Yes. Right, that's how I found out about it.
That's right, and so
radio.
Yeah, right. Tell us what was some of that like, because Respect Our Black Dollar converged with Mississippi Family for Kids and a host of other sponsors around the economic impact of these issues. Tell me, what was that experience like?
Well, Respect Our Black Dollars, I've been, as far as an observer of what they do for years. But that's how I found out about the event, and I actually promoted some of the things that they put on Facebook. I shared also, and more of the intricate, when I found out about who's going to be on the panels, it came from Respect Our Black Dollars, and that made me be more interested in being there and being involved. And I was actually very excited. We got footage for our personal documentary, for our internship there, and a lot of good information and some interviews also.
What about you, Zayna?
Respect Our Black Dollars is very important, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known about it. And I just, I'm happy that they're using their platform to promote these problems. And I'm glad that we're not only looking at the problem, but we're also looking at how people are benefiting from our pain and our suffering.
Right.
How people are becoming rich off of us becoming poor, and that's very important.
Just understanding the system of it and learning how to get in the system and hopefully the dismantling or altering for your benefit.
Right,
Right.
Our
right.
benefit.
People keep talking about reform, but we need to actually reconstruct and take apart these problems and dismantle it, like she said, and start from ground up.
Yeah, well, one of the terms that is very popular is revolution, right? And when people say revolution, they're meaning they want a complete change of things, but they oftentimes have not planned out what either the future should look like, how to measure success, or how you move from step by step, phase by phase, into what you say a solution would be, right? One thing in respect of Black Dollars, we talk about how do you get people to move from dependence to interdependence to independence. And that's something that unfortunately most professionals with or without PhDs have not even fathomed in their mind. In other words, how would a world be without white domination and black subjugation and inferiority? Okay? And so as a result, when you start talking about reconstruct, deconstruct, and reconstruct, right, that's a different formalization because that requires you to actually be in there to have some knowledge of the system. And this
That's what I've
conference...
always said.
Yeah, right.
In order
right.
to change the system, you got to become the system.
Yeah, to some degree, but most of the time the system will change you faster than you'll change the system. Right.
Exactly. That's why you need people like organizations like Respect Our Black Dollar, because with them behind you, they can help check you so the system doesn't change you first.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
If you already know who you are, no one could change that. If
And
you already
they reassure who you are for you. Like they say, you need a community, and even when they say you need a community to raise a child, you're always a child in some way. You're always learning in some way.
That's
So
right.
you need people like Respect That Big Dollar or Mississippi Families for Kids, situations, organizations like that help you remember where you started and where you need to be going.
Right. Well, you guys are doing some exceptional work as well on some other media projects.
yes, so excited.
That's right. And I was listening to the radio show last night, and y'all were going on and on about this documentary. So tell us a little bit about this documentary and working with a queen, a true regal woman, with
Yes,
Alice
Alice
Tisdale.
Alice Tisdale, the perfect boss.
Right,
We were
the best.
just reflecting today, we check in every day and then come to certain events with her and how she is really encouraging, Jackson Advocate is a newspaper,
Right.
but in their majority print journalism. But when we met and we talked about how we wanted to do an internship with her and how we were both wanted to be mass communications majors and we were interested more in broadcast journalism, and her suggestion was, and do a movie or something like that. She definitely wanted to cater the program for us to benefit, so we don't just be, just running to get coffee or just running to do something that she would think an intern, scum. She really wants us to get that experience, to have something significant on our resume that we can back up intellectually.
Yes. You were the one doing a lot of the shooting, weren't you?
Yes, because I know a little bit about the camera, and I know a little bit about journalism. Just a little bit. I took journalism in high school, and I was also the official photographer for the Pineywood School.
Watch out now.
So I know a little bit about both. But Miss Alice Tisdale is a wonderful woman, and I really am grateful for her to give me the opportunity for me to be here over the summer in Mississippi, and just learning about the business and all types of everything, going from public relations to mass communications and journalism, just everything. And I'm really excited about this project. I'm very elated that she has given us this opportunity. And with this, I know we're going to go far.
So what's going to be the name of your project?
That is to be announced. We haven't came up with an official title, but we do have a theme.
Yes.
The theme is empowering Black women and regaining our self-identity.
Wait, hold on. Why do you need that? I mean, you already have Dr. Nellums, you have Dr. West, you have Dr. Osby, you're dealing with Alice Tisdale, Dorothy Stewart, Willie Jones. I mean, all these people.
They need that platform that brings their views.
You already had a platform with the Mississippi Black Family Summit with all these dynamic women.
But we didn't talk about women specifically. We didn't talk about Black women specifically. We always talk about Black people, or we talk about Black men being incarcerated. We never hear about the Black women that are in there. We never hear about the Black women in oppression. We have all these stereotypes that we're faced with, and all these stigmas that we grow up believing, and we growing up believing that our dark skin is not beautiful. You know, growing up not liking our natural hair.
We're playing with kitchens and lawnmowers, and that's our toys, dolls and outfits. Like,
Right.
that's the woman issue, but then that also ties deeply into the black issue also. Because significantly in America, we've been the mammies and we've been the wet nurses and all this time. And it's like, can we get out of that role? Is it possible to get out of that role? I know people encourage black women to go and get their own business and everything, but even when you're in the corporate world or in successful business, you're still pushed to flat iron your hair, or you're pushed to wear this a certain way. Or many women that have strong characteristics like big breasts or big butts, they're encouraged to wear more baggy clothes in
right.
larger sizes. It was like,
That's how we were built. That's how we are. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, there is, you know, you're dealing with some social conditioning now. You're dealing with the ways that you manipulate and maneuver people towards certain, what we call gender roles. And some of those traditional gender roles are fortunately and unfortunately breaking down. And we're getting a different type of society that is kind of difficult to gauge in terms of what it's going to truly produce. I don't really want to go too far off into that.
I'm not really into that
yeah, you're
point.
I mean, we can talk about
I'm gonna
this topic.
I'll be in the movie. I'll just be in the movie. Y'all just get me in the
Yeah,
movie.
give
Give me in the movie as point counterpoint.
Because we mainly want to focus like on the title specifically. So
Yeah.
black woman is our focus.
Right.
So first you're black and then you're a woman. So the black has been addressed over the past few years, of course, with the shootings and police brutality. The mass media has tapped into black issues. But you're not hearing women yet. And you're not hearing black women. Like, I know there's been women rights, women marches and everything like that, but that's different. Because our struggle is a totally different struggle than that of a Caucasian woman.
That's very true. Matter of fact, you know, I'll be able to give you a little bit of information off camera about the difference between being a black feminist
And the actual feminist.
and a womanist.
And a woman.
Yes. And I'm
Teach me
going
something.
to upgrade you a little bit. I'll just tell you on
Please
camera.
do. Please.
Any black woman who's a feminist is a confused person.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that to cast aspersion on people. I'm saying that because the research will validate
And how it
me.
started.
Right, that's right. If you understand what it's connected to, then you understand exactly what I'm saying. So we gonna introduce you to the Africana womanist position. I have a tendency to beat women over the head with this information regularly because they doing it emotionally and they don't actually study it. That's one of the advantages of being with Alice Tisdale, right? Coming to a conference that was held and hosted and was the brainchild of several women, powerful women, right, in their own right, who don't have to sacrifice what it means to be a woman in order to be powerful.
Right.
Right? They tapped into their divinity. When you see Alice Tisdale, she operates with a regal grace that she doesn't have to force it on you. She don't have to make you do it. All she has to do is just show up and speak, and automatically you just feel inclined
Right.
to just go in that direction, right?
And I also want to interject, we are, as far as this documentary and with our interviews, we want to have a completely unbiased,
Impossible.
no strings and nothing like that.
Impossible.
But, okay, let me say why it's possible. In the approach to the people we want to
Okay,
interview,
fair.
with
We're
these
coming in with
questions,
curiosity.
we're coming with these questions, and we're coming with curiosity. So, like, this morning, if we interview a white person, or if we interview somebody that isn't black or isn't a woman, we don't, we're not going to sit there and be like, well, why are black women this? And we already, in our mind, we want to show
No.
you that already in our mind, we already know what your answer is going to be, and we're not going to like your answer, but
We're trying to
want...
expose you.
Yeah, we're not trying to expose, we're not trying to make anybody super, uncomfortable. In journalism, you have to make them uncomfortable. But we want you to feel free to say what you actually feel.
Okay, well, I want to close on one thing. Just briefly, talk a little bit about that T-shirt that you have on.
Okay, no thinking. One of the keynote speakers yesterday was Erica J. Kendrick.
Yes.
And she started this mental fitness movement. She has many mental illnesses that she's developed over the years in her late life as an adult and also as a child. She said she was a very overachiever person, and one day, sometimes if you put too much on yourself, everything can come trickling down. So she's had like several things in her life, moments, situations, breakdowns, anxiety attacks, and she was speaking her story. And the mental fitness program basically is a 10-step program that 10-step program that helps you, and even people that don't have mental illnesses,
That's right.
it helps you just have your life more together, because nothing can ever be all together.
Right.
But just be more together as a person.
Yes.
And not put so much on yourself.
Right. Yeah, I thought that she did an exceptional job. She was really engaged to the young people in the California room, and then when they came to the other room, she still rocked the house. And so anyway, would y'all say that y'all would want people to come on out again to the 5th Annual Black Family Summit?
Yes.
Yeah, or the 6th Annual
Sixth
Black Family
Annual.
Summit next year.
Right.
Be there or be square.
And also remember on July 29th.
July 29th will be our showing. We will start a hashtag called Behind Her Brown Eyes. It's not going to be the definite name, but the hashtag will be started. So that will, to get follow up on us on every major social media. That's what it will be.
And listen to us, listen out for it on 90.1 Respect Our Black Dollars on WNPR.
And also tonight, Women's for Progress Station at 6 o'clock.
Right.
For us on the same
Every
station.
Thursday, right?
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
But we will be on tonight, so listen out for us.
All right, family. This is Mr. D. Measy. Once again, we're so glad that you tuned in. This is the summary of the 5th Annual Black Family Summit with two of our beautiful sisters, Sister Zaina and Sister Lenora. And we thank them for coming on out. I want to thank both of you. Shake your nice, beautiful hands. And once again, there is no valid substitute for reading, research, and study. We must know thyself to love thyself to save ourselves. One life, one love, one enemy, one God, one aim, one destiny. Motto Tep, may you prove worthy of abundant prosperity and continue to be a blessing to others. Have a blessed day.